Dear students, welcome back to the third part of this lecture. Today, we'll be discussing mechanism of cultural change and globalization. What do we understand by mechanism of cultural change? How do culture change over a period of time? The first mechanism of cultural change is diffusion. By diffusion, or the borrowing of trade between cultures, uh, we actually see the exchange of information and products that has gone on throughout human history because culture never have been truly isolated. Now, diffusion occurs in three different ways. One is direct diffusion, when two cultures trade, intermarry, or wage war on another. That is, we call that direct diffusion. When one culture subjugate another and impose its custom and on the dominated group, it is called forced diffusion. Indirect diffusion is when items move from group A to group C via group B without any first-hand contact between A and C. Um, in today's world, much transnational diffusion is due to the spread of mass media and advanced information technology. A second mechanism of cultural change is called acculturation. It is an exchange of culture feature that results when people have continuous first-hand contact. The cultures of either group or both groups may be changed by this contact. Um, as a result, we see the difference and variations in the recipes, the customs and tradition that we have. Without acculturation, parts of the culture change, but each group remain distinct. In situations of continuous contact, cultures may exchange and blend food recipes, music, dance, clothing, tools, technologies, and language, as I said before. There's a difference between acculturation and enculturation. Um, Enculturation is the acquisition of one's own culture. Acculturation is amalgamation of two cultures. Enculturation is an essential requirement for survival. Acculturation is not an essential requirement for survival. Enculturation is the very first familiarization process to a particular culture. Acculturation is not the first but second or third familiarization to various cultures. I want you to remember this because most of the time we confuse with acculturation with enculturation. Now, third mechanism of cultural change is independent invention. The process by which humans innovate, creatively finding solution to problem, is a third mechanism of cultural change. Faced with comparable problems and challenge, people in different societies have innovated and changed in similar ways, which is one reason culture generalities exist. One example is the independent invention of agriculture in Middle East and Mexico. That brings us to the last point, globalization. By globalization, the term globalization encompasses a series of processes that work transnationally to promote change in a world in which nations and people are increasingly interlinked and mutually dependent. The forces of globalization include international commerce and finance, travel and tourism, transnational migration, and the media. The fall of Soviet Empire allowed a truly global economy to emerge. Consider three key features of this new economy. It is based on knowledge and information. It is networked or transnational, and its core activities, no matter where they take place, can produce as a unit in real time. So with that, I will end this discussion. Thank you.